Hi guys, how you doing today? Hope you're staying safe and keeping well. I created another look from the Urban Decay Wild West palette with the new method that I haven't used. I think it worked out. I wanted something to make my eyeshadow a little bit brighter and it seems to have done that. All right, let's get started. I've already washed my face, moisturized, and primed, so I am ready to just get going. The first thing I'm gonna do is my eyebrows. I'll be using the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow in 4.5. First, I'm going to brush the eyebrows down. Draw a light line across the top following the shape of my natural eyebrow, and then add some hair-like strokes heading down and over. Okay, now I'm going to brush them up and repeat the same on the bottom. I'm going to draw a light line all the way across and then make some hair-like strokes going up, fill them in, and maybe add a few flicks here because it's really thin in there. Now I'm going to repeat on the left eye. To save some time, I'll do it off camera. Next, I'm going to grab the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and my Sigma E15 Flat Definer brush, and I'm going ahead and clean up the brows a little bit. Right eye's done. Let me repeat on the left eye. Now that the eyes are all primed up, let's go ahead and get started on the eye makeup. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Wild West eyeshadow palette, starting with the shade Standoff to go all over the eye. I'm going to use the brush, the fluffy side of the brush that came with the palette for that. Now I'm going to take the shade Laredo and my Morphe M504 brush, and I'm going to make that a transition shade in the crease. I'm going to go a little bit higher than the crease though. I'm going to switch brushes to the Morphe M514, and I'm going to add a little bit more of the same color, just a little bit tighter in the crease. Still a smidgen above the natural crease though. Now I'm going to take a clean Morphe M504 brush, and I'm just going to buff it out a little bit, doing a little bit of circles, feathering it out at the top of the crease a little bit. Now I'm going to take the shade Rustler. Now using the fluffy side of the brush that came with my Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the outer third of the eye. I wanted that to be a little bit darker, so I think I'm going to go over it with the shade Whiskey right here. And I switched to the brush that came with the Wild West palette. Okay, now I'm going to attempt a new technique. It's kind of a cut crease, but not really. First thing I'm going to do is take my Garnier Miceller cleansing water and a Q-tip, and I'm going to clean off the inner portion of the eyelid. I don't want my eye completely unprimed, so I'm going to add just a little bit of the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original there. And I'm going to blend that in with the Vasanti Concealer Buffer Brush. Now this is something new that I'm doing. I'm going to use my NYX Black Bean Jumbo Eye Pencil in black, and I'm going to cut the crease with that. I'm doing this because I want to use a green shade from the Wild West palette that's really light, but I want to darken it up. So I have seen the Urban Decay tutorials mention putting down some black eyeliner first to change the color. And so I'm going to give it a try. I used to do back in the day, Urban Decay did have cream eyeshadow colors, and I would always put those on underneath my eyeshadow to make them brighter. So I'm hoping this has a similar effect, except making them a little bit darker and hopefully to stand out more as well. Going to go back to the Vasanti brush and buff that out a little bit. Now back to the palette, I'm going to take the shade Bud and the Urban Decay flat eyeshadow brush to apply that. It didn't make it darker, but it does really stand out. That's nice. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Tex, back to my Urban Decay Ultraviolet brush, but to the small side. I'm kind of putting it on in a V formation, but a sideways V. I don't really want to pull the dark color all the way across, so I'm just gonna lightly with the other side on the fluffy brush, blend it a tiny bit into the crease. Now I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in 0, and I'm going to start lining the upper eyelid, really close to the lash line. Now to line the tight line. Taking a makeup wipe to clean up the area a little bit so I can get working on my foundation. Today I'm going to use the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream, and I'll be applying that with the It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Flat Top Buffing Brush number 7. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender to bounce out some of the lines. For concealer, I'm going to use the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. The shade Macadamia. I'm going to blend that out with the Suva Beauty 180 brush. For contour, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream in the shade Light with the Huda Beauty Face Sculpt and Shape brush. Starting at the top of the ear and stopping underneath the eye. Now we'll press it in and buff. For the nose, I'm going to take my Beauty Blender. I'm going to stick the tip of my Moisten Beauty Blender into the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and I'm going to put a little bit onto the under eyes. Now I'll take my Morphe E41 brush and get the powder all over. Then I'm going to take the NARS Cosmetics bronzer in Laguna, and I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection number 7 brush with the fluffy side, just to touch up on the spots that I covered the contour with, the powder. For blush, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Lines in Last Night and the Marc Jacobs Blush Brush. Then I'm going to apply this Rose Quartz Becca highlighter with my Morphe M448 brush. Okay, now we have to go back and finish up the eyes. Now I'm going to grab my Sigma E30 pencil brush, and I'm going to go back to the bottom of the eyes, starting with the shade Laredo, making sure to connect it to the top. Now I'm going to switch to the Urban Decay brush that came with the Ultraviolet palette, and I'm going to use the bullet side that I already used, and I'm going to use the shade Text just for a little tiny bit in the corner. Back to the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in 0, and I'm going to line the waterline. I sharpened the pencil so that I can do it at an angle to smudge it right into the lash line as well. Now I'm going to grab my Charlotte Tilbury, the smudger brush, and back to the Wild West palette, and I'm going to take the shade Cowboy Rick to put into the inner corner, add some shimmer. I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs At Lashed mascara to add just one coat to the upper lashes to make it easier to put on the false lashes, and then also some coats to the bottom lashes. Now to add some lashes. I'm going to use the Lotus lashes, these here, called Wifey from the bridal set. And I also got a new lash glue. This one is also from Lotus. It's the Brush On Lash Glue, but it's in black. So I've never used one of those, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm not very good at putting on lashes, so I will do this off camera. I'm done. They actually went on very easily. This is one of the many reasons I love Lotus lashes. Okay, we are almost done here. Now we're gonna move on to lips. I'm gonna start with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Conspiracy. Then I'm going to top it off with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick from Le Chocolat line. Smells chocolatey. And that completes the look. I hope you like it. If you do, please make sure and hit that thumbs up button or click like. Subscribe to my channel, Makeup by Christine. If you're not already subscribed, you can also follow me at Makeup by Christine on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.